So hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. And on today's video we're actually out on the Yamaha MT-10, but the main objective of this video is to test the new DJI Osmo Action 3 that came out this week. Also this week launched the new GoPro 11. Now, as you know, I'm not a lover of the GoPros after a lot of corrupt files and things over the past years, so I switched over to DJI about 3 years ago. And if you've watched the previous video, you'll understand the cameras that I've used along the line from DJI. But yeah, we're just down at Pine Lake just here. Some water skiers just out just there. Great place for water sports and things. And the water sports centre is just over there. So what we're going to do, we're going to go out for a ride now. I've also connected a lavalier mic on here. This is not my preferred audio capture model. I'm actually using currently the Instamic, which is just inside my helmet. But I'll switch over just now to the 3.5mm lavalier mic. 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we're talking now through the lavalier mic that's inside the helmet. Obviously this is stationary, not moving along, but I just wanted to give you a sound clip of how the 3.5mm mic works with the new Action 3. And also I'll give you some sound clips as we go on our ride today, so stay tuned for that. Okay, so we're just in Millthorpe and we're heading towards the Lake District. And I've just seen a motorcyclist, sport bike rider. Nothing against sport bike riders, by the way. He overtook me on the A6, following a bus actually, so there's a bus in front of me. He overtakes me. I really should have got it on camera, but I predicted what was going to happen hundreds and hundreds of yards before. So he pulled up really close to the back end of the bus, which was then doing about 40 miles an hour. A junction to the right, junction to the left, and the bus was slowing down. And I knew there's cars in front of the bus. Lines were, as you can see, on the road now, so he shouldn't really be passing. He pulls out just before the junction, overtakes the bus. The Range Rover that was in front of the bus, indicator on, turns right in front of him. He just misses the Range Rover. So lucky. A split second, he would have been straight in the side of the Range Rover. And I could see it happening. Straight after he overtook me, I knew he was going to overtake the bus at some point. Oh my God. I was nearly scraping him up off the road, I tell you. Why do you need to ride like that? So we're running along actually. It's not the best because I've got my touring screen on, which actually flips wind up towards my helmet. And also I've got my helmet on today, which has got probably the most wind noise, as in the most ventilation coming onto the inside, so a lot of wind flow through it. But how does it sound? This is on the Instamic, doing about 50 miles an hour. And this is my preferred choice, the wireless microphone setup. As I mentioned, I've got the lavalier mic plugged into the Action 3 as well, and I'll just switch over to that now. So 50 miles an hour, how does that sound? That's on the... So yeah, I think this is the first test I've seen of the new DJI Osmo Action 3 with a lavalier mic. So I wanted to give you a view of all three of the field of view settings. So currently we're actually on standard D-warp, I think it is. So this is the narrowest of views. And then what I'm going to do now is just switch over to the wide view, which is the one I normally film on. Okay, so now we're actually on wide. And this is the field of view that I normally film in because it captures some of the bike here. Also the skyline as well, and you can tell it's a good field of view because it gets both mirrors in. So yeah, really happy with this one. The ultra wide, which I'm going to switch to next, actually in my opinion makes obviously the picture wider, up to 155 degrees I think it is, but it also makes the middle of the picture a little bit thinner. Okay, so we're on ultra wide now, and as you can see the picture's a lot wider, 155 degrees as I say, and this is not the one I prefer filming in. As I say, the wide is perfect enough for what I need, and also I think it gives you, the viewer, the best perspective on the real image rather than it being stretched out a little bit. But I just wanted to show you the three, so from standard D-warp to wide and then to the ultra wide. All three very good if I'm doing a handheld vlog looking back at me with a selfie stick. I normally have it on standard D-warp just to get more of a squarer picture, but when I'm filming from the helmet on the bike, I use the wide. Now, one of the things I absolutely love about this camera is that it's a single press record. Even if the camera's switched off, it takes less than a second to switch on and start recording. So if you need to capture something quickly, like I should have done with that guy that nearly hit that Range Rover earlier, I should have just pressed the one button and it would have captured everything. Now the on-off button is on the side. It's the same as the quick switch button. You need to press and hold it. But in the menu, what I have is it set on, I think, 3 minutes before the camera switches off. So if you leave the camera in standby, and say if you've recorded a segment of video and then stopped it, after 3 minutes the camera will switch off automatically, which is great. And you can do that a minute, 3 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes, however long you want it. So that's in the menu. And then whenever you want to record something, just literally hit the one button, record button, and instantly it switches on and starts recording, which is brilliant. So that way you don't waste the battery. Now the battery in 4K 60 lasts about an hour and a half, which is more than enough for a vlog, I think. I only record in segments anyway, not the whole video, just the bits that I want to include. But I do believe in 1080p you can record for 160 minutes, I think it is. So the battery life's very good. So I can't wait to get home, find out how the low light is under these trees, and what the view looks like. I do film only in 4K 60 frames per second with Rocksteady. I don't use horizon balancing or anything like that, but I will switch it over now to horizon balancing in 4K 60, and you can just see the difference, if there is any difference really. Okay, so we're in a horizon balance just at the minute, and this is where you can turn the camera literally sideways or roll it over like I'm doing with my head just here, as you can see, and the camera's staying straight. If you go past a certain bit, the only thing it will do is crop the picture a little bit, and that's why I like the Rocksteady in the wide field of view, because it gives me the best picture, I think. But if you were using this as a handheld on a selfie stick, my kids, just an example, are not great with holding a camera straight, so whenever I get them to use a selfie stick to film something, I always end up with the video lopsided. So if I put it in horizon steady, then I can guarantee that even if they're holding it lopsided, the camera and the picture is straight, which is what this function is aimed at, really. Okay, and we're back on Rocksteady now. This is my optimum view. Yeah, we can carry on with the vlog. Head down to Cafe Ambio at Backbarrow now and grab a coffee and cake. Now, one thing I do notice, actually, it's not the best screen to do a test of any microphones with, because I do get a lot of wind thrown up from this spoiler and it hits my helmet. I'm 6'2", so quite tall. If I was shorter and smaller, it would be a lot better. If I had the naked screen back on the bike, I would be in clean airflow, and the wind wouldn't be so prominent on the microphones. So you've just got to bear that in mind. I'm really, really happy though that they've gone back to the Action 1 format, more of an action camera, whereas the Action 2 that we're looking back on to me just here with, that's the perfect camera for a handheld vlog, you know, on a selfie stick or something like that, or if you're just doing B-roll, or using it as a camera looking back at myself now on ultra wide. It's great, love it. And when I get to Cafe Ambio, I'll show you how easy it is just to take that off the magnetic mount, pop it onto my remote selfie stick from DJI, and then you've got a selfie stick type tool to do all the other shots on. So literally just a 2-camera setup. So we're just in Backbarrow now, just to come off the A590, and we're just heading down by the Whitewater Hotel just here. We'll go under the bridge and then we'll do a left a few hundred yards up the road to Cafe Ambio. Absolutely beautiful day, really is nice. Temperature's about 15 degrees. All good. And then we've just got the river just here with the white water, hence Whitewater Hotel. Beautiful. Used to canoe down that when I was younger. You got the Whitewater Hotel just here. It's a hotel and spa they turn it into. Used to be a Dolly Blue Works back in the day when I was at school. Used to catch the bus just here and used to watch all the workers come out with blue hair and blue faces, a bit looking like a Smurf. So if you've never been to Cafe Ambio before, it's been featured on the videos before. Really nice cafe just down by the water just here, and you've got the Lakeland Motor Museum, cars and bikes inside. That's a really good look in there if you're down this way. And also you can park your bike just down by the cafe. Got some lovely old cars just here. Very nice. Scimitars. Wow, beautiful. Look at that. Nice colour as well. Don't see many gold cars these days. A Reliant. I wonder what model that is. Three litre. Wow, lovely. Then you got the hatchback version, fastback, just here. Beautiful. Museum entrance just there, Cafe Ambio just there. And the gorgeous MT10 just there. Okay, so far so good with the new Action camera. I love how it mounts on the bottom to the helmet or wherever you're mounting it to with the magnetic mount. Really, really impressed so far. I'm glad that they kept the same format as the old Action 1. So we're down just at Cafe Ambio and we're just having a cappuccino and a slice of Millionaire shortcake before we get back on the bike to head back down to Lancashire. Now, as I mentioned, the actual mount for this Osmo Action 2, I can literally take it off the selfie stick and put it onto the bike very easily. I'm just going to switch cameras. So if I just take it off the selfie stick and then literally clip it straight onto the bike just there. So a very nice coffee, very nice Millionaire shortbread. And I think on the way home what we're going to do is we're going to go down just back to the Whitewater Hotel here, and then we're going to go up and straight across the A590 up Row Edge onto the top, drop down into Carnival, and then over the tops down into Grange over Sands. We'll just visit my sister, end the video somewhere over there. Now, from the footage I've seen from other reviews of people on the new Action 3, I actually don't think I need to put an ND filter on it. On the Action 2, it was always a little bit overexposed when I first got it until they did the firmware update that they did on that camera shortly after launch. Kind of fixed that a little bit. So once I've had a look through the footage, when I get home I'll have a look at the exposure and just see if it's improved a little bit. But if I do, it's really easy, because if you watch the video that I put up in the week, I showed you about the screw-on lens, and also you can screw that off and screw on an ND filter, which is brilliant. But obviously ND filters aren't launched just yet. It'll probably be a few weeks before you can get ND filters. Absolutely beautiful day. Just being a bit careful up here. You've got Bigland Hall Riding Centre just opposite. the entrance. So there's probably horses around somewhere. It's amazing how the weather's shifted from last weekend when I went camping with my daughter to this weekend. Definitely more colder snap in the air. And also some of the leaves now I see on the trees are actually turning brown, starting to drop off for the autumn. Beautiful period autumn up in the Lake District. Lovely colours as the trees go golden. So we're just coming into Carnival now. Got Carnival Racecourse just on the right hand side, just here. And then just at the end of this road, as we go into the square, you've got the little post office, the old post office, with a nice little shop with lots of different condiments, and also it's the sticky toffee pudding shop. So if you're up in Carnival in the Lake District, Carnival sticky toffee pudding, the famous, is just there. And then you've got the square, a couple of pubs, a couple of cafes. And then, of course, you've got the magnificent Carnival Priory Church just in front. Got Rogan's restaurant on the right-hand side. Very, very expensive. Michelin star. There's the Priory just there. Nice and busy. Plenty of people around today. Lovely place, Carnival. If you watch plenty of my other videos, you know I used to live here. Thoroughly enjoyed it, actually. It was really nice with the square and the pubs in the middle. We're just going to do a left towards Grange Over Sands just here, and then over the top of Carnival Fell. So it's been a lovely, lovely ride out again. It's been great to finally test the new camera. Like I say, I didn't like the GoPros many years ago. Too many problems, and I don't see a big enough improvement on the new Hero 11. So I prefer to stick with what I know. Never had any issues on any of the Osmo cameras. If any of you are wondering also regarding the MT10 and selling it, still 50-50. The more I ride this bike, the more I realise I actually love it. Now I do want this other bike that I want to get. It will be coming, but I'm just trying to figure out, can I actually keep this bike and get the other bike? So a little bit of juggling going on at the moment, and see if we can do that. If I have to sell this bike, it'll have to go to a good owner, but let's see. But anyway, yeah, if you like the videos and you would like to subscribe to the channel, then hit that subscribe button, ding that bell for future videos coming up. If you don't follow us on Instagram, then I suggest head over there now. I'll pop a link in the corner, and head over to Instagram. We post a lot more than we do videos on there, just daily stuff really. And also, if you'd like to support the channel, then in the description below there's a buy us a coffee. Anyway, I'm just coming down into Grange Over Sands. We're going to sign off here. It's been epic as usual, and we'll catch you on another one soon. Cheers, guys.